We are going to Freycinet. We're gonna obviously climb Mount Amos because that's what you're supposed to do. I'm nervous looking at that already. What are you doing?
Reading the news articles. What? Old men need newspapers, I need ABC News up. What do you like?
Oh well, welcome to another episode of me and the new Bushman.
Oh, you're throwing a haircut.
Yeah.
I don't have any barbers in Tasmania. If you know one, hit me up.
Well, there are barbers in Tasmania. They're just, what we've learned about Tasmania is there's the north and south and nothing else in between. Well, when you need services anyway. Repcos, everything. Hobart or Lonnie, they're your options.
Yeah. There's trees and rivers and trout.
Walks, hikes, nature, everything in between, but
no Repcos, barbers, Woolworths.
But we finally have a few days off together after starting work. So it's been 3 weeks we've been working at the Western Lakes now.
I'm not working at the Western Lakes, that'd be the dream.
Oh, we're not working at the Western Lakes. No, we're working at Miena. It's called the Great Lake Hotel. So if you are ever passing through Tassie, we really recommend stopping in. It's great there. Come say hello if you're doing it in the, well, probably by the time we post this we'll be gone, but we are not fishing this episode.
Snapper from the rocks, that's what it's all about. You guys got tricked.
This episode is not primarily fishing. We are going to Freycinet. So we're gonna obviously climb Mount Amos because that's what you're supposed to do. But it should be, I think I kind of want to take you guys along to hold me accountable because it is a rock scramble walk, because I think it's quite well known. And we all saw at Cradle Mountain how I go with rock scrambling.
Flashback. How do you feel?
That was the hardest thing I ever did in my whole life.
Oh, I can't make it, no.
Do it again.
No, I can't make it. That's you, by the way. That was a Charlotte impersonation.
So we've already made it like off the Central Plateau area. We're down in Campbelltown. We just stocked up at supplies and we're going to camp at a place called Friendly Beaches, which is quite well known. It's just Freycinet National Park gets booked out basically from the whole of November till April every year. So apparently a lot of the locals have told us that it's a pretty mint spot. But it's already like, I think like 5 o'clock.
She's late there.
So we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Get to camp. And we're gonna hopefully do a camp cooking this episode, but it won't be actually in this episode. We'll do it as a side note.
Hashtag bonus set.
Hashtag bonus set. As you asked us. Extra episode not included. Or not as a weekly episode. Alright, I'm gonna stop rambling now. Let's get into it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Morning. So yesterday was not quite the end of the day we were hoping for. The so dramatic. No, it wasn't that dramatic, but it was. We knew Friendly Beaches was a busy spot. We'd heard that, and we heard it was hard to get into, but obviously because we were cruising after work, it was a little bit later when we were going to be getting in. And I think we got here by the time we got supplies at like 6:30.
I have a real beef with camps in Tassie.
Take the floor, Shano.
Beefs with Shano. There's only ever 10 to 15 campsites, and they're free, which is all well and good, but they're in the places that every pelican wants to go. I don't really know why yet. I mean, it's a nice spot, but anyway, so they're always full. They're always full. So we couldn't get in with a little stealth camp around the road, around the corner. And then we've come back this morning and managed to find one spot. And I think that's pretty much it, because people have been driving in and out and haven't got any spots. It's just ridiculous.
We saw one caravan leave after we got here, but there's been like probably 3 or 4 that have come in trying, and it's like 10:30, 11? What time is it? Yeah, so it's about 11 o'clock. So it's like normally prime time for you to get a spot, but it's just, and I think this is like, it's now end of March. It's getting out of peak season in Tasmania, but it's still impossible to get a spot at these free camps. So I guess that's just our tip if you're coming to Tassie. Like, the free camps are great, but they can be hard to get into. The Northwest, we didn't have a problem. Like, there were a couple of spots.
Yeah, it's only the places that everyone tells you should go.
Whereas the Northwest was still beautiful.
Yeah, if you go to the spots that aren't as well known, then it's easy.
There was some spots on the northwest coast. Like, there's one beach in particular we went to go stay at that was supposed to be one of Australia's top beaches in the country, and it was. That was a beautiful spot. Remember when we were trying to find a spot late at night?
Oh yeah, that was a good spot actually.
I reckon that's one of the best campsites beach-wise that we've stayed at.
Yeah, you can go there over here.
Yeah, personally I would go, and I'm not actually probably going to include it in here because otherwise they just get so busy. And that wasn't a free camp, to be fair. That was a campground, but it wasn't extortionate from memory.
No.
I think it was like, it was $20 a night, so it's not cheap, but it was magic. So yeah, we didn't really film anything because we were stealth camping. We then slept for like 11 hours because we obviously needed it. We've been doing crazy big days. So obviously we've had a bit of a slower morning. So yeah, now it's 11 and we're just going off to climb Mount Amos now. So let's get into it round 2 and hopefully better luck this time. You done with your beef? You beefed out now?
Oh yeah, I mean the beef's still there, but I'm done talking about it.
We'll go up there.
Second busiest walk in Tasmania behind Cradle Mountain.
So, from everything I've read online, I've worn my oldest gym leggings because apparently so many people have like ripped and torn their leggings doing this. So, lots of bum sliding on the way back down. 3 to 5 hours return to do like 4 kilometers. Oh God. I'm nervous looking at that already. What's the betting I get halfway up?
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah. I got to attempt it.
For the record, this was your idea too.
Huh?
Just gonna scramble up on it.
It's alright for you. It's not so easy for people that aren't that confident with it.
It's like a grasshopper.
Well, if I don't make it to the top, Shane will still take you up there. Alright, let's go.
I'm used to the mountain weather.
Just no rain, please. Apparently it gets really slippery, like you can't do it in the rain, so hoping this overcast is just overcast and not going to be rain. Can I have a sip because yours is out? Have your gross dirty water bottle. Oh. What?
There's actually no difference.
I am going to show YouTube how dirty your water bottle is one day. Let's go.
control your legs with your legs, you use your hands.
Not quite that flexible. I'll just take a second. Bye. What do you think?
Pretty cool.
Looks so flat, hey?
How was that, old mate?
That was actually fine. That one was not hard. Like, well, no, it's not hard. It's fine. Like, and it was interesting. There was a lady stopped on the way up, and she was like, "Oh, I've stopped. Like, everyone says this is the easiest bit, but compared to Cradle Mountain Summit, it was a breeze. What do you reckon?"
Yeah, it was pretty easy. Going down will be a bit trickier.
Yeah.
Nah, she's pretty easy. Pretty nice view.
I wouldn't say it's easy. Like, don't underestimate it. But just, I think everyone talks it up so much that
It was pretty straightforward.
it was pretty straightforward. I think
If that's difficult for you, you should stick to flat walks.
so brutal. We did have a casualty. The back of the GoPro smashed, so that'll have to get fixed before it next goes in the water. But I think the difference between this and say like a Cradle Mountain Summit is it is really grippy and it is all like just a lean, whereas Cradle Mountain is if you haven't watched our Cradle Mountain episode, I'll put a link, go watch it. It is big boulders. Some of the bits you had to really...
It was pretty, there wasn't that. It wasn't like climbing a wall, it was just jumping between big rocks.
Which is where I got nervous.
Yeah, but that Cradle Mountain wasn't difficult either, it just went on for a long time.
Same kilometres as this. It just seemed to go on for longer. We were exhausted from doing the extra walk as well though.
And there's a lot of people.
A lot of people, yeah. This one is a lot quieter, which was interesting. I thought it'd be busier, considering this is one of the most well-known views in Australia.
Considering how many bloody pelicans we passed in the car park.
Did you just fart?
Maybe. What?
So,
Content.
10 out of 10 would definitely recommend this one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, look at that view.
This is a kebab shop up here.
Oh, for goodness sake. Like, that is incredible.
You'd be pretty pissed if that was your wine glass, though. She's not real full.
Oh dear. Is it supposed to be like, that is the wine glass? Or is that like the stem of the wine glass, this bit?
Nah, it's gotta be. That's ridiculous. Look at that'd be a jagged, that'd be a broken wine glass, is the way you're pointing.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
No, it's definitely that. It's just an underfilled wine glass. You should know, you've done your RSA.
Wow. You haven't.
No.
Shane, just let the young ones drink. Literally what he says as he starts his RSA.
I don't want to be the bad guy.
Oh dear. Yeah, I can see why people do try to come up here for sunrise or stay up here for sunset, but also if you're doing sunrise, it's going to be dewy, and if it's dewy and wet, it's going to be slippery, so it'll make it a lot harder. So it depends how much you want that sunrise shot, I guess.
Sunrise is that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, where are
No,
we?
no.
It's out there. Or is it out there?
Don't know. Shane is going to do some research. What's this? Lying down on the job?
Fetch me a beer, lassie.
Bloody Jesus. Look at that, it's like it was made for it.
A little cabana.
Not a bad view either. Should have bought our Aussie pal. This would be a good spot to watch sunrise.
Sunrise over there.
What is it? Oh yeah, sunset?
Sunset, yeah.
With a couple beers. So we're nearly back down, aren't we? Not far off, where you can see what the bottom is.
It's just down there.
It's just there. So far we've done 2 hours and 8 minutes. So I just pause that for a second whilst we stopped.
We could have smacked this in an hour, I reckon.
No.
What?
You reckon half an hour up, half an hour down?
I reckon I could do it.
Show off. Yeah, but then you don't enjoy this.
It's about physical challenge.
No, it's not. It's about the journey. We have very opposing views on hikes. Shane says it's about the destination or the beer at the end. I say it's about the journey along the way.
It's about getting up there as quick as possible.
Not all of us are mountain goats.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So anyway, nearly back down. Just one more look at the view because it's just so beautiful.
Charlotte person.
What are you doing? All done.
Nothing.
Hmm.
I've done harder walks to get to the pub.
Yeah, definitely don't let the reviews put you off doing it. Now, like with Crater Mountain, we've found a lodge nearby that does beers, so time for a beer.
I don't barely feel like we've earned it.
No, I know, I agree.
Oh, it's never stopped me before. ZD30.
Queensland plates.
ZD30, the shittest engine this has ever made.
Why is it so bad?
It's just shit.
In what way?
It's too much power in a small motor.
Oh, so it breaks?
Just break and leak oil.
Yeah.
And the people who drive them are usually Pelicans. Don't hate me.
Said every Toyota owner about a Nissan owner ever.
Pretty much.
It's pretty nice out there.
Flash murray, isn't it?
It's nice.
We're going to see that. We're going to see that, yeah.
Yeah. Nice fireplace.
Well, waste a good tap on water.
This is magic. Nice restaurant too.
It's good, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, not the slurping again. How good. You just sit here and have a beer and overlook Coles Bay. Yum, this looks so good. What did we order? Octopus and tooth set.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. So we are now stopping in at Freycinet Marine Farm because fresh oysters. And if you know us, you've been watching a while, you'd know we're a sucker for an oyster. And we're gonna be those annoying people coming right at us as they're closing. Sorry guys. It's cool. It's bad experience. It's very cool. Which way do we go? Straight. Can't really see what it is in there, but
It's like a wrap of plastic.
yeah. But we went for the half a dozen natural, half a dozen of the Freycinet, which was a really weird sounding, all different flavours in with it, and then a little potato salad. So we'll eat them back at camp because we are bougie. Yum!
Well, that as nice as those last ones we had.
No, they don't, do they?
No, they're not even shocked properly.
Are they not? Are they still attached at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, they haven't been flipped over, have they?
No.
Oh.
Shit house. That's literally still stuck.
That's shit. I wonder if they're all like that. They look like it.
Yeah, they have, because they cut them and flip them. They haven't done that.
So they haven't shook them properly.
No.
Oh.
They're nice, but they're not
Shocked.
half-ass here. He's only done half the job.
Well, there you go. There's a review on the oysters from Freycinet Marine Farm. Nice oysters, but not shocked properly.
No, it's ridiculous. That's all you need. Finish your job, you dog. Go on.
Yeah. You're going to have to cut them all though now. Thoughts with Charlotte and Shane? It's more your thoughts than my thoughts.
What's it?
Well, okay, so we decided it's a nice beach. Like, we understand why people say it's a nice spot to camp. We get that. But for us, as Queenslanders, it just feels wrong when you're on a beach and it's cold.
Yeah, beaches aren't supposed to be cold.
Like, I wouldn't even mind the ocean being cold if at least, like, the air was warm.
No, it's all cold. Everything here is cold.
Tassie people are probably watching this like, man up, it's not cold. And it's not cold compared to where we're working. I think it's still like, I think it said like 14 degrees feels like 9.
People only say that because they make it work, because it's all that they've got.
The only
The
option.
only choice here is a cold beach. So you just tell yourself it's not cold, and then you whinge at tourists for thinking it's cold. When in reality...
Are you insulting all of Tasmanians?
No. Well, I don't think so, am I?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm sure they'll tell us if you are.
Alright. Anyway, beaches shouldn't be cold. If you come to Tassie, just go to Great Lakes. Best place in the world.
If you like fishing. If you don't like fishing, then there's not much else going on. But if you had a pearl over day, like East Coast Tassie, amazing. So it's just a bit overcast and cold for us today, so we're whinging. Sounds like us. The oysters were, I'd probably give them like a 6 out of 10.
I enjoyed the natural ones. They were good.
I enjoyed the natural ones, but they weren't
flavour.
shucked properly.
Nice flavour, yeah, they just weren't done properly.
We reckon our favourite oyster so far in Tassie has still been a place called Blue Lagoon Oysters, which is down near Port Arthur. So if you're ever down there, they've been the cheapest one we've bought, and they've been some of the best. Yeah, that and shuck it, get shucked. What's it called on Bruny Island? The Bruny one. It's either shuck it or get shucked. I always get them confused. Time for dinner. Yeah. You got the keys. We're just gonna have dinner and go to bed because it's cold. Say good night.
Good night.
Good night. See you in the morning.